magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose.
Bonjour, I'm Vivienne, and welcome to the beautiful Loire Valley of France, home to the world's most spectacular fairy tale castles. It is also the location of my home, a small neo-Renaissance chateau which I share with my husband Simon, daughter Isabella, and whenever possible, friends and family. However, this is not our first chateau. For 17 years, we lovingly restored and adored a much larger castle until we decided to downsize. And now we're doing it all again, but this time on a smaller scale. So join us for some chateau fun, chateau life, chateau renovations, chateau travel, chateau food, chateau friends, and chateau love.
Here we are in front of the beautiful Chateau de L'Islette. We are here for a picnic. We have wonderful flamenco music, and currently there are tango lessons going on behind us. I wonder if we will have a dance ourselves later.
We might. So did you get all your projects done?
On the loo, I'm in the loo.
Well, in the loo or on the loo?
Yes, I'm filming myself in the loo.
There's a small line of separation between the
two. You have caught me sitting on the loo, in the loo. This is the tiniest room in the house. This was called a water closet for a reason. Chateaux were not built to have bathrooms. They didn't really exist when most of these beautiful structures were being created, even the ones in the late 1800s. The bathrooms were kind of a new thing. There might be one or two in an entire chateau. And so the closets were literally getting converted into bathrooms and loos. So I'm currently sitting in not only what is the tiniest loo in this house, but the tiniest loo I've ever been in. I can barely fit in here. It is exactly 1 meter by 1 meter, and my view on tiny spaces is just to go crazy with them. So I'm going to show you everything in here. This was one of our first renovation projects when we moved into the chateau, because this tiny little room did have the original subway tiles, which probably date to around 1900. However, the top of the room was carpeted in green carpet, and all that was here was a very ugly plastic toilet and no sink. And so that simply wouldn't do. We had to have a sink. And then we thought, what could we do to make this a lot of fun? Well, the library is right next door. And so we made it library themed, using library wallpaper, giving it a little bit of reflection with both mirrors on either side, as it's library themed and we have a sense of humor. There's a little light reading, miniature books, everything from Jane Austen to Shakespeare. A lovely cire Trudon candle, of course. This fantastic hand towel that I got when we were shopping with Steve and Sarah, Julia and Carolina, and Stephanie and Philip. This is a little plate that was made of our chateau. That's our village, Marsan. And I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I found it on eBay of all things. And there's this beautiful little oil painting of a knight. I don't know why the good art has to be confined to just the public spaces, and I think he's fun. Naturally, as it's a chateau, we wanted to have an old-fashioned toilet. It's not very glamorous to talk about, but there it is. And a vintage toilet roll holder. I have 6 DIY projects to complete in the next 6 hours, and let's see if I can do it.
I thought this room was finished anyway.
It's mostly
Are you still finding things you need to do in here? Apart from, obviously, the obvious.
Yes, apart from the obvious.
Apart from the obvious.
So, as I'm sitting in here, the first thing I wanted to do is I've been collecting vintage postcards of the chateau. And I want to hang the little postcards on the back of the loo door because captive audience.
Is this really the most important thing you can be doing right now?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes, because we need postcards of our chateau on the back of our loo door. That's clearly the most important thing that has to happen before we have guests for the weekend.
That's what you think. Nobody's actually said that, have they? Nobody's been in there.
The little voice in my head said
and
that.
And then said, oh, you know what you need is some postcards on the back of your door.
I love these postcards because they show the progression of the chateau over the years. This one is when it was first built. You see there are no trees, there's no vegetation. It's really fascinating, historically. Let the jobs commence.
And then that's moved that item right to the top of your list of things to do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Much to Simon's chagrin, I'm doing my first project in the kitchen. These are just store-bought frames, and I have taken the back support off, and we're going to be screwing these in the center to hang them. For this job, I'm using my trusty IKEA toolkit. Yes, we have a whole workshop full of tools.
There are other things you need to do in here, decorative.
Yes.
Decoration-wise.
Always.
The problem is, you see, when you go in here, you've got a few minutes to just look around.
Exactly.
And to think. And so this is probably one of the most scrutinized places in the whole chateau.
And voila, I did it. Not bad from this vantage point. Phew, one job down and quite a few more to go. You can do it. All you need is an IKEA toolkit. Also, we're having yet another heat wave here in France, and so, oh my gosh, we're just dying. So my next project of the day is to hang a couple of pictures on the wall. And the ones I'm going to hang are the needlepoint tapestries of the Bluebird and Pinky located behind me. If you guys saw the video where I went to my brother's wedding a couple of months ago in the States, you'll remember that my father actually gave these to me, and it meant so much to me because these used to hang on the wall of my grandmother's house, and so I grew up seeing these. It's such a special story as well. I grew up believing that it was my great-grandmother that actually needle-pointed these, but my father corrected me and told me that it was my grandmother that did these during a time when she was feeling particularly alone and fragile. And so that meant so much more to me. First of all, to know that, you know, when we're feeling a little bit low, taking up something like sewing or needlepoint or painting or just anything with our hands is a great distraction. And also the fact that she made them, it just brings me so much joy. So having debated whether they would go in a bedroom or a hallway, I actually thought, you know what, for the time being, maybe not forever, but for the time being, they're going to go into the grand salon. So let's put them up now. Finish off the Joan of Arc bedroom for our guests for this weekend, and also we're, as you can see, very close to giving you the big Joan of Arc bedroom and attached little bathroom reveal. So carrying on, we are doing really well today. I've gotten several of the tasks done. I don't know if we'll get them all done today, but let's see what we can do. Trying so hard to get this Joan of Arc bedroom finished. It's a huge mess, as you can see behind me. There's so much yet to do. I still have to do the curtains. I still have to do even more gilding, which I'm gonna show you in just a minute. But one of the greatest things about this room has been collecting the accents and the details. In my opinion, that's what makes the finishing touches of any room. I like to have little bits of black in every space. I feel like it grounds too much pastel. I also love, as you know, tapestries, paintings, wall hangings, sculptures, and so many properties really fall down in that area. So it's such a shame to go into a beautiful chateau where there are beautiful furnishings, beautiful architecture, and then the walls are bare. And so this has been really fun. So the next thing we're going to do for this room, given that this room is inspired by the divine feminine, Joan of Arc, of course, I also have this wonderful wall hanging, which is 17th century, possibly early 18th century. It's very, very old. And in many ways it's falling apart, but I think it's going to be beautiful in this room. It's going to go above the bed. You're going to see that when I do the big reveal of the Joan of Arc bedroom. But for now, we have to try to save it because it's in really bad condition. So isn't she exquisite? A beautiful combination of hand-painted oil paint, embroidery, this wonderful old silk damask, incredible passementerie, but look, the back is completely falling apart. However, it used to have this wonderful monogram, so I'm going to try to save that for this room, and let's see what we can do. So what I'm going to do now is very carefully separate these layers. It's fascinating because you can see the hand stitching in the back. Imagine someone all those hundreds of years ago lovingly putting this together, and here I am lovingly taking it apart. This silk is so old that it is literally disintegrating under my fingers. I can actually just pull it away from the embroidered monogram. Look at that, it's incredible. I'm going to save some of this linen that I've just cut off because it's linen that's several hundred years old. And look at the incredibly fine weave on this. It feels completely different to modern linen. And this is what oil paintings would have been painted on, giving them that incredibly smooth finish. And so I think I could probably do some small canvases for my own oil paintings out of this. And now to carefully remove all of these little stitches. Look, it's coming apart. Wow. So I have finally freed up the monogram from the silk that was behind it. And now we're going to turn it into some framed wall art. I also have to finish off the Joan of Arc bathroom. That is another bathroom that was out of a converted closet. And the last thing I have to do up there is to hang a mirror. Catastrophic mess behind me is the Joan of Arc bedroom, which I have to finish in exactly a day. And I've got a couple of projects which I have to finish within the next hour. Behind me here, in the theme of water closets and bathrooms and closets, is a cupboard, see there? an ordinary cupboard. This used to be the closet in the adjacent bedroom, which we have converted into a very small but very stylish shower room. So I'm now going to go do the finishing touch in this room. You're gonna get the full reveal before and after when we show you the Joan of Arc room. But I have been working very hard on a mirror, which I got at a brocante. A little while ago, I was there shopping with my friend Sally, who some of you know from some of my previous videos. And I found this beautiful mirror, and somebody had painted it this kind of ugly orange color. And so I renovated it in order to match a beautiful wall sconce. And so I'm gonna show you that and the tiling that I did. I'm quite proud of the tiling, so I'm gonna give you a little sneaky peek. Now don't forget, if you wanna see all of this, once it's completely transformed, don't forget to subscribe. Old mirrors weigh a ton.
Good. Did you pack some cheese
For the picnic?
for us for the picnic? Yeah.
I did. We do have cheese of the week again. Some of you have been missing it in our last few videos, and I'm going to do something that's going to divide the internet. This week's cheese of the week is Boursin.
You can't do Boursin.
I'm going to do Boursin.
That's not a cheese of the week.
It is a cheese. It's a French cheese.
Boursin is a fresh cow's cheese mixed with herbs and garlic, which was created in 1957 by a Frenchman in Normandy named, you guessed it, François Boursin. He was also the first one to release this particular cheese nationally and also to advertise on television, bringing us the famous adverts dating back to 1972, de vin, de pain, de Boursin.
It's a French cheese, which is perfect for a picnic.
Okay.
And
Well, that's true.
Boursin is much maligned, but I will say that we use it for cooking.
We have it with omelets, and it's good with salmon.
I make a Boursin chicken that is to die for, which I will show all of you one day soon. And at a picnic, it's great to throw on just about
That's
anything.
true. Yeah.
So if
It's a
you
good
love
picnic
Boursin
cheese.
or hate Boursin, let me know in the comments. But here is to a French cheese that everyone can buy the world over. And we're having it in front of a magnificent chateau. When I tell you that this heat is killing me, oh my goodness. Gilding some furniture that I'm working on in there because naturally I took on a massive project of basically upcycling furniture before everybody arrives. I have a pair of these beautiful bookcases that I bought on eBay, and they're this wonderful Renaissance design, probably made in the mid-1800s. I don't think that they're original. They had lots of cracks and problems, and I wanted this room to be very light and restful, and in no way ecclesiastical, but at the same time kind of as a nod to the whole Joan of Arc sentiment that's going to be going on. So come see what I've been doing. I have two of these. They're completely different from each other, and there has been a lot of gilding going on. This one is particularly fantastic because look at those faces. All of this was completely hidden when it was dark wood. So I'm still working on the aging right here, and I'm going to do just a few more minutes of that. Give it a seal. Look at this wonderful drawer. Normally one wouldn't get down this far, but look, he's actually got a lion head. These bookcases are actually going to be used for clothing storage. And so I've got this wonderful fabric that I finally found that complements the curtains, and we're going to put that on the inside. So next project. I'm trying to staple my fabric right here. And somehow my stapler has managed to staple itself. This is really something. I'm never gonna get out of here in time.
What are the odds of that happening? Ugh.
There are two of these, so when I show you the whole Joan of Arc room finished, you'll get to see them both. And then, time permitting, there is a fabulous Joan of Arc clock. And the reason the Joan of Arc bedroom has taken so long is because it's not really a Joan of Arc bedroom unless I have some beautiful decorative accents that harken back to Joan of Arc. The thing is that she is a very important historical figure in this area. So there's actually a statue of her up on a hill in our village. You know, for a lot of other people, whether you think she's crazy, whether you think she's a genuine saint, whether you think that she's just an interesting historical figure, she's an important figure from this region. And so we thought that that would be something fun to celebrate in this house. And when I first started the channel, I found this incredible Belle Epoque book with the most gorgeous lithographs inside. And so those are going to be framed and hung in that room. So it's all very exciting, lots of good stuff coming up. Let's see if I can get it all done.
Sadly, my video file of this magnificent clock and its two accompanying vases was corrupted, but this is truly a clock rescue. This wonderful bronze clock, which had previously been gilded, had then been repainted in a horrible gold paint. And my job was then to regild it, this time with real 24 karat gold, not the fake gold, because this is a proper restoration job. I think it came out okay.
I'm pan searing some duck for the picnic.
Ooh, that looks beautiful.
This will be sliced and we'll have it cold.
Lovely.
You're going to be ready? We're leaving in an hour.
And last but not least, it's time for the finishing touches in the maximalist bathroom. As you can see behind me, the wallpaper is finished. I can't wait to show you the before, after, and big reveal of this bathroom. But there are still a few little jobs, very minor, but they still need to get done. I'm so tired. And it's like 100 degrees. But we're nearly done, and we're gonna go out and have a fabulous night tonight, and we're taking you with us.
I haven't been able to find any hand towel rings that I like, but on our recent trip down to the Dordogne, I found these beautiful Art Nouveau curtain tiebacks, and I thought that they would make splendid hand towel holders, but I couldn't quite figure out how. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually pinching the light oak rings, which are going to match the woodwork in here and the flooring. And I think the result is going to be very pretty.
Yes, these are my drill bits for my drill. So you see, we still have a few bits of wallpaper to cut. I'm being very bold and trying to do this while filming with my other hand. So this is a real commitment, you guys, because as you can see, this has been a tricky pattern to use all the way around the room. So this is the very last bit.
You kiss me, heaven sighs, and no one closes.
Get yours.
Would you hold that crap with a net? As for you, Troy Donahue, I know what you want to do. You got your crust, I know object of love. I just like everything.
You did a great job with that, sweetie. This exquisite chateau, which belongs to a private family, goes back to 1295, but the actual chateau was built around 1530. It is a true Renaissance chateau, but it is perhaps best known for the fact that it sheltered the lovers Camille Claudel and Auguste Rodin, my favorite sculptor, in the 1890s during their very tempestuous love affair. Did you notice that I snuck a Rodin sculpture at the beginning of this video? Now during the summer months, the family who own it, the Michaud family, open it up for picnics and musical events in the evenings, and we couldn't resist the chance to come hear some of our favorite Spanish music. Now to find the perfect spot for our picnic. This is so cool. They're doing tango lessons. Look. Ooh, those look amazing.
Here you go. Tell me what do you think?
Not bad. Cheers, everyone.
A world where roses bloom, and when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always